Hello, FutureMakers. Welcome to TeacherPreneur. You are not your resume, your CV, or your biodata, but you are your world. Selected for an interview, but do not know what to take along with you? Are you also confused between what's a CV, what's a resume, and what's a biodata? Which document do I have to carry with me for the interview? What is the correct document? How many pages should a CV be and how many pages should a resume be? अगर ये सारा confusion is going on in your mind right now, then you have stopped at the right video. In today's video, we are going to discuss the exact difference between a CV, a resume, and a biodata. Do watch the whole video because towards the end of the video, we are also going to give a detailed table on what's the difference between a CV, a resume, and a biodata. And that table will help you exactly to understand the difference. But to understand that table, you first have to watch the whole video. Now that you are ready, let's get started. First of all, let's talk about what is a resume. A resume is a sheet of paper that summarizes your experience, your education, your achievements, and your why behind applying for the role. A resume is usually made in only one page because it's like a brief summary of what qualities or skills you have for that particular role. It also has a few of your contact details like name, contact number, and email ID. A resume is made only and only keeping in mind the role for which you are applying. So if you are applying for the role of a teacher, then your resume will have a brief summary of your education. Only the degrees. Also, when you're talking about skills, it only requires 2 to 3 top skills that you have that are relevant to teaching. For example, classroom management, time management, communication, or leadership. That's it. Not in complete depth. It also does not require your hobbies or activities and interests. All that is mentioned in some other document, but not in a resume. A resume is always written in a neutral or third-person tone. You have to keep it as brief, short, and to the point as possible. A resume is usually collected by schools or companies so that they know a brief about you, and in case you get selected or they want to contact you in further days, then they can use it and know who you are in the shortest way possible. So if you're going for an interview, you do not have to take your resume. But in case you're applying for a job somewhere, then a resume is something that you may submit so that they know a thing about you. If you're going for an interview, we would highly suggest you to make a CV. Now coming to what is a CV. CV is derived from the Latin word curriculum vitae, which means the course of life. In short, whatever you've done or achieved in your course of life has to be mentioned in a CV. CV cannot be brief. It has to be a detailed summary of everything that you've done. A CV contains all of the information in depth. Coming to your personal details, you have to mention your name, address, contact number, and email ID in depth. Now, when it comes to educational qualifications, you have to describe it saying the name of the degree, the year in which you've passed, from which college or university you've passed, and your grade, your percentage, or your CGPA have to be mentioned in a CV. Now, coming to experience. When you're talking about your experience in your CV, you have to be very clear and descriptive. You have to mention the name of the organization, the tenure of your work, for example, 2017 to 2020. Next, you have to describe the role that you were playing in that particular organization. Next comes skills. So you have to mention all the skills that you have that are relevant to the job as well as skills that you possess. Then comes your hobbies or interests. Here you could mention all the things or activities that you enjoy doing. And CV is usually ended with the declaration of place and date and your signature. A CV is best when accompanied with a proper cover letter because in together it will help you in making a lasting impression in front of your interviewers. If you are a teacher who's looking for help in making your teacher interview documents like your CV, your cover letter, or your thank you letter, then you could visit our website www.teacherpreneur.in. On this website, you can take the professionally perfect teacher interview combo at just Rs 999 and you will get the templates of teacher CV, teacher thank you letter, and teacher cover letter together in your email box as soon as you sign up. Once you receive these templates in your inbox, you just have to write a few of your details and your teacher interview documents will be completely ready and you will be ultra ready and confident for your teaching interview. With your CV, they will know your personal details, what do you have to offer, why they should choose you, and how they should contact. Now that we've understood CV, the question remains, so what is a biodata and why do you prepare? Biodata basically stands for biographical data. It is a document that contains all your personal details like name, date of birth, gender, interests, hobbies, education, address, number of people in the family, all the assets that you own, etc. Apart from this, your biodata can also have your father's name and occupation, your mother's name and occupation, your religion, your nationality, your blood group, and one of your good-looking pictures at the top right corner. But who wants all these personal details about you? In today's era, usually parents make biodata to search for a suitable groom or bride for you. Other than that, nobody asks for biodata these days. Since this is for an arranged marriage setup, some people also like to mention the time of birth, the place of birth, and the date of birth so that it's used for astrological purpose. These days, it might not be very relevant, but in the early 80s and 90s, biodata was one document that everybody learned to prepare in their school itself, and most of the companies and jobs asked for biodata. Specifically, if people were looking out for government job, then biodata was like a document that you must have. But in today's times, we need not submit our biodata in any professional company. So basically, if you really want to look for a partner, then biodata is the document that you should go for. Otherwise, CV is the only document that you prefer to give during your interviews. So I hope now we are clear about what's the difference between a CV, a resume, and a biodata. Thank you for watching the whole video. At the end, I would only like to tell you that a job isn't a job. It's who you are. Now. As promised, here is a detailed table about the difference between a CV, a resume, and a biodata, as you can see on your screen. You can screenshot this for your future reference, as it will help you to know and clear the confusion in the future as well. If you like today's video, do hit the like button. If we successfully cleared your confusion about what's a CV, a resume, and a biodata, kindly comment down below clear. So now we understand that you are clear about the concepts of these documents. Share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to TeacherPreneur and press that bell icon to be a part of the FutureMakers family. See you soon.